So let's talk about this Maplewood shooting. We got this Maplewood shooting that happened in Rochester, New York. And here we have this one post that says multiple people, including possibly children, have been shot in a mass shooting at Maplewood Park, Rochester, New York. Hundreds were gathered for an event when dozens of shots rang out, causing panic. Police and emergency crews are on the scene. So let's take a look at some of these videos. Of course, viewer discretion is advised. So we don't see much with this video, but you heard the gunshots. Overall, this happened on July 28th, 2024. They just made an arrest. After 7 months. One person was arrested. There's going to be 50 gunshots with 9 different guns. They found 30 shell casings at the scene. There are 16 suspects who are armed with handguns. One of those suspects has been arrested, so there's still 15 suspects out there. 9 different guns, so just because they had the gun doesn't mean that they were shooting, but 9 different guns were shooting. In total, 7 were wounded and 2 were killed.
Where's my sister? Water! Water! Where's my sister? Back to back to back. Shot fire! Oh, oh! Yo! What's happening?
Alright, so that's repeating, so let's take a look at another video here.
Shot fire! Oh, oh!
Looks like we just saw this same one. Let's take a look at the next one here. So this looks like one of the victims. So 2 were killed, 7 were wounded. This was at a community barbecue in the Maplewood Park in Rochester, New York. And they said that all the men that had guns were identified. Now, I don't know if they've released that information out to the public, but they said that all the 16 suspects who are armed with handguns have been identified. So there are 50 gunshots with 9 different guns. They found 30 shell casings. This happened July 28th, 2024. So that's some of the scenes that we saw, Rochester, New York, July 28th, 2024. Now, the mayor said that he's going to continue to hunt down the shooters until they are all caught and brought to justice. Now, I'm kind of curious just about if this is gang related, because probably, right, what they said had happened was 4 or 5 guys came in with a beef, and they had terrible intention. So the barbecue was going fine. Everybody's just having a good time, just barbecuing, talking to folks, enjoying the sunshine. And then 4 or 5 guys with, beefs and terrible intentions came in, just started shooting people. And so here was a wanted picture, and this is Niger Johnson, and he's the one that's going to get arrested. Now, I feel actually seems to be innocent to me in terms of being the main perpetrator. If you're at a barbecue and you got if you got 5 gangsters that come in and they start shooting everybody and you have a gun, aren't you allowed to defend yourself? But they're saying because he was there and he fired his weapon, then he's going to get charged with wanton endangerment and criminal possession of a weapon. So a little bit more on that. Let's take a look at some more of these other videos. So there's just a couple of videos. Viewer discretion is advised. This seems like it's the same one, maybe. Let's take a look. Yeah, we saw that one. It doesn't really show much, right? So you hear the gunshots, but the person that's recording the events is running, and then they drop the phone, and then later on they pick the phone up. So we get the gunshots, which that should say what the guns were.
What's happening?
So that's the same video. Now here's a different view, and it looks like.
Oh shit! They about to start shooting. Niggas running. How bad the structure damage was.
I'm gonna turn the sound down.
It didn't go by 2 light.
Well, I don't know. I think this is important for evidence, okay? So you have. There's people that he's in the car right now.
They shooting. Fuck.
Where you at?
So it's kind of crazy. He's sitting there trying to talk to this lady, and the lady just keeps on talking while this whole thing is going on. And he's like, "Can you chill out? There's like a situation that's going right now." And then people are running, and they're down on the ground. I don't know if they're just diving on the ground, or if they're actually. I don't think they're getting hit.
Fuck.
Hey. You mom just got dust.
Quiet. I gotta get the fuck up out of here. Shit. Fuck. Watch out. I gotta get the fuck up out of here. Nicky, hop in. Nicky, hop in. Get the fuck in.
So that's more of the video that had happened. Let's see if we see another video anywhere. It seems like, let's see, is this another video? No, that's a parade. So those are the main videos that I had seen, right? And that's not enough videos. Clearly they were able to get more videos because they're going to talk about how they've identified each and every one. And this is the mayor right here. And the mayor said that he's going to continue to hunt down the shooters until they arrest every single one of them. Now, here's one of the suspects here. So this is a different video. And then there's only 2 stills that they had shown here. And so this guy is just, standing or sitting on the ground. And then I don't know if it's the same guy right there, because it looks like it's the same cars on the left and the right. So I don't know if he's running and then gets behind this car or whatever, but he loses his sunglasses. I don't know if it's the same guy or not. It looks like, I don't know, black shorts. Let's see. So you just had these, 2 stills of this guy. So, okay, so you got this guy who is him. The police said that they've identified them, but have they put any of this information out to the public? Now let's get to the arrest that was made. We will talk about, well, here's the two victims. So Tyasia Manning and Phylicia Council were both shot and killed. So RIP to Tyasia Manning and Phylicia Council. And then here's another picture of Phylicia Council, I believe. So these two young women were shot and killed. They were shot and killed for going to a community barbecue. And then who were the main folks? I feel like, just in general, based upon the information that we have, here's the guy that they arrested, okay? And so they put out, APB, they put out a warrant, and they pushed the public to come forward with who is this person and where is this person? Do you have information about his whereabouts? And then they said that they found him at his grandmother's house and executed a warrant, and they arrested him, and he's been charged with wanton endangerment and criminal possession of a weapon. Now, he had the gun, they say, and he shot the gun, but they're also very careful with how they say it. They said that he did not hit any of the victims. There were 7 wounded. Remember, 7 were wounded and 2 of them were killed. So 2 American citizens were killed. And so he had a gun, he shot the gun, and they're going to charge him and, maybe squeeze him for some information to see if he knows what's going on, what does he know, what does he not know. And then when it comes to gang culture, you can't be a snitch, right? So you're not supposed to talk to the police no matter what. But what if this guy, let me just float this idea, you're innocent until proven guilty. Let's just presume this guy is just a regular citizen at the park, and 5 gangsters come up, and 5 gangsters are causing trouble, and 5 gangsters have a beef with somebody. So 5 gangsters come in and they start shooting at the person and their crew and their people that they were around. They had some beef with, some folks. They come in and start shooting. Don't you have a right to defend yourself if you're a regular citizen and you have a gun at a barbecue and some, motherfuckers, some criminal motherfuckers come up, start shooting at people? Don't you have a right to defend yourself? I think you do. I think you absolutely do. So this guy has been arrested, and while this is the first break that they've had in the case, it's been 7 months. You actually had 48 hours, right? Typically, that's what that whole TV show is. When there's a person that's shot and killed, you got 48 hours to go get the people, because how do you know they're not out of the city by now? How do you know they're not, this happened in New York, so how do you know they're not in Minnesota or Montana or Washington? How do you even know if they're still in the country? I mean, they might be in Canada or Mexico or, the Bermuda Triangle for all we know. So you've given them a 7-month head start, and if they know who all the shooters are, why wouldn't they put all that information out? Put all the pictures of all the people that they have the guns of, and then just say, do you know any of these people? This guy is just clearly on a video camera, on videotape. It looks like he's running away. It looks like he's running away from the shooters. He's got a gun, I think, to protect himself. He got arrested, right? This is Niger Johnson, 20 years old. And the crazy thing about gang culture, we'll just say, if it's the Trin de Aragua. So it would be terrible, right, that if you're just a person at this picnic here, but if you look at the perspective from the Trin de Aragua, even if you do arrest them, don't they have Trin de Aragua, gang members in jail? So they're always around their little tribe. They're always around their clique of people. And so there is a punishment, but is it a punishment? Because if you're always around friends and family and loved ones, you're around your crew. So when you're out here, at the park or whatever, you're with your buddies, and then you go in there, and then they might charge you for this or that, and then maybe they'll give you, a 50-year, sentence. That might change some people's minds, but what if they don't really know much about what had happened, and then they just put some, gun charge on you, and then you get 5 years? Well, then, as a Trin de Aragua, do your 5 years, and then go back out gangbanging. If you go into jail, you got your little crew, you got a little family there in jail. When you get out, you'll have a family waiting for you. And so, I feel like it would be crazy to just think that because you got this Niger Johnson, just because you've arrested a 20-year-old who had a gun at the park, he's running, he's running. He's clearly frightened. He's clearly sees that people are shooting. There's people running in the background. There's people on the ground in the background. So just because you got videotape of the guy, This isn't the main perpetrator. This isn't the main person that walked into the damn... I want the 5 fucking guys that walked into the community barbecue to get in trouble. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see the police go after the dangerous people, the dangerous thugs, the dangerous criminals, because if there's 5 of them and they come in and they're just shooting up like so obviously, so brazenly in open daylight, just shooting, people up like this, they're dangerous. They're not just involved in... they're involved with crimes. So who knows if it's trafficking or drugs or gun crimes. Who knows what they're doing. Maybe meme coins, cryptocurrency. Who knows drugs, cocaine, fentanyl, heroin. So that means these guys are gangbangers and they're very, very dangerous. So out of all the people that had a gun at that community barbecue on July 28th, 2024 in Maplewood Park shooting in Rochester, New York, they've got one of the guys that just pulled out a gun in self-defense. If anything, we're Americans, and maybe more folks should have pulled out, a gun in self-defense, because this is bullshit. Everybody's trying to have a good time. You got a bunch of American citizens that just want to have a good time, just trying to live their lives. You got to, work a job and pay these bills, and you just want to go to the park and have a good time, and then you got these criminal motherfucking piles of shit that ruined everybody's night. They ruined everybody's day for their own little personal beef and, thinking like a gang member, Trin de Aragua. It's a community event, so hell, maybe you'll go to the community event and you'll see somebody that you've been beefing with. And so, right, don't engage. It's kind of getting crazy out here, so it's like, don't even want to engage with folks because you never know who they are and what they're about, and then if you just get into some tiny little argument. There was a shooting that happened in Washington just for eye contact. The 2 guys made eye contact. And then it pissed the other guy off and the guy shot the car up 9 times. That's not enough of a reason to... That's bullshit. That's a tiny nothing. That's a petty offense, right? Thou shalt not assault, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not rape, thou shalt not arson, thou shalt not murder. These are the big things. These are the big crimes. And unfortunately, I think that when you have a criminal gangland culture within the government, then you actually encourage a criminal gangland culture out in the streets. But we'll just take this one step at a time, and you got to choose the lesser of the evils. And I hope that the police in Rochester are able to not just arrest the one guy that pulled out a gun in self-defense, but they actually arrest the 5 motherfuckers that came to the damn thing and was actually, they ruined the whole party, not just for the people that they were beefing with, but a lot of innocent people, a lot of innocent civilians were there. So this shit is terrorism, and should a community be terrorized, by gang members, whether they're from the government or from the streets? Nobody should be terrorized. Nobody should have to live in terror like this. So hopefully they find, the perpetrators and they bring them to justice. Hopefully they get charged and sentenced. They get the fine and they get the jail time that they deserve.